Greetings, and in today's video, I'm going to show you which investment app tool to use when you start trading stock options. If you're new, hey, I'm Linda. I talk about selling stock options, particularly selling stock options. I love to talk about this, self-taught along with my husband, life-changing. It has made our money make money work for us. Not financial advisors, not professionals, but just love to talk about it. Take it as entertainment, education. Okay, so you're learning about stock options, investing, and you're going to need an investment vehicle. You're going to need an investment website, a firm, a website, and an app to get started. Growing up, I still remember this day when if you actually did even know how to invest back then, you would have to use a phone number, call a local brokerage company with your bank or other investment firms, reach a person, have them make their trade for you, and they charge a commission. Going forward with the internet, then came, I remember things called like E-Trade, where it was like $7 a trade for each trade that you make, buy or selling. And now with technology, with coding, with efficiency, it has deflated so much that now there's a lots of investment institutions that have websites and now have apps on your phone. I can't show you my phone because I'm filming on my phone, that any person can enter into the stock market, any types of assets in the stock market, and then start investing or selling stocks or selling options. Okay, so which ones? So I'm going to go over some of the ones I know, and then some of the ones that I have heard of, and you might have known this too. And plus, I asked AI some of the most popular one. The first one is Fidelity. Fidelity is an investment company. It's a corporation that offers many types of investment products. They have a website and they have an app. I mentioned Fidelity because you who is listening, you might know Fidelity through your work. Many large workplaces offer Fidelity as the carrier for their employees' 401ks, 403bs, etc. And then from then on, you might be interested to finally look at your own account and then set up Roth IRAs, etc. So Fidelity might be it might be like a default going forward. Okay. The next one you might know is or heard of is Charles Schwab. Charles Schwab is a large banking institution, has a great website, offers many products like checking and savings and credit card accounts. So some people might know Charles Schwab almost as a bank type of relationship. They themselves offer a great app that you can trade off of. It was something really nice about Charles Schwab is that they purchased a really robust, strong trading platform from another company years ago, and that app is called Thinkswim. And so Thinkswim is a really strong, robust trading platform that Charles Schwab bought from TD Ameritrade years ago. You have Charles Schwab, and then you immediately can sign up for Thinkswim. And when you trade, they sync up in real time. And Thinkswim, it takes a little bit of learning curve, but it's actually really powerful too. The next one you might have heard of is Robinhood. Robinhood is fairly newer. It's a much newer investment platform, really famous for having a fun user interface friendly app that the Gen Z and late millennials might be using a lot. One bonus on Robinhood is that it's easy to use. The interface looks cool, and then you can buy fractional shares and index ETFs. What does that mean? So when you buy a share, usually you have to buy the entirety price of that share. Let's say the price of a share is $100 or an ETF is $100. But what if you don't have $100? You have $5 or $10. In Robinhood, you can actually just buy a fraction, whatever it costs of that share divided by the price and start building it up. So it's a great way for people who have really little money to get into the stock market and have their money make money or at least beat inflation just by putting your money in the stock market. Next one is Webull. Webull is relatively new as well, has an app, And I use Webull just to buy some shares. The interface looks a little bit challenging, but I hardly use it. And that's Webull. They also do options on their app as well. Some of the ones that I've heard of that I've not used is E-Trade. E-Trade has an app. So another large institution is called SoFi, SOFI. They also have a trading app that you can use. Big tip here is that number one, use the one that you are comfortable with. Don't feel that since you keep hearing all these advertisements on Webull, you got to get Webull, you know? If you start with Fidelity, maybe because of your workplace, or you have Charles Schwab because you have a Charles Schwab checking account, check those out because most likely you are going to have their website anyways because you have to log in and check things out. And then eventually you're going to get the app just for convenience on your phone. So you're going to immediately be connected in that way naturally anyways, organically. So use the one that you're comfortable with, okay? And then afterwards, you do have to do the legwork and take a little bit of tutorial on those apps that you're using to know how to move the buttons a little bit more and more so that you're really good and comfortable with the app that you've chosen. If you go with Fidelity, spend 30 minutes looking at a Fidelity app, how to navigate the app, and etc. If you do Webull, if you do Robinhood, etc. Use the one that you're comfortable with and go a little bit further with the tutorial. I'm just gonna show you the ones that I use, just at a brief glance of Fidelity, Charles Schwab with Thinkswim, and Webull. I use those, but I primarily use Charles Schwab and Thinkswim, especially Thinkswim. And it gives you just a snapshot of what it is to trade on an app. And to be clear, I primarily use the app as well. It surprised me, I hardly go on the website. I only go on the website, well, first of all, the website has a lot of information. It's bombarded with, useful information, but sometimes I don't need to see all that extra information. Sometimes I just need the website. You have to go on the website because it has like admin or settings that will help. But primarily I go on the app because it's so convenient. I could be laying down on a bench in a park, literally, and do my trades as necessary. Okay, so here is Fidelity. Here is what Fidelity looks like. Here is the main page. This is just a sitting account, so I could show you. And you can have a summary right in front. From then on, positions is another important tab that you'll look at. Balances is another important one. Activity will be very important because anytime you do a transaction, buying or selling, anything that triggers a activity, a transaction, will be under this tab. Okay, so with Fidelity, you could start looking at ticker symbols. So here is the NASDAQ 100. Let me try that again. Let me type in QQQ, pops up. I could look at that. And right from here, you could do trade. You want to buy. I don't have any, so I can't sell. I could buy. And right here is this magic options button. It was right there all the time. You probably didn't even notice. And from then on, you could start looking at the more advanced things of looking at dates, looking at calls versus puts, looking at the money, looking at in the money. So this is what the Fidelity platform app looks like. So the good thing about Fidelity is it has its really good basic components, buy, sell, and as you can see, you can go to the option chain right away and start doing option, selling options right away as well. One really great thing about Fidelity, and this is more advanced information, when you sell options, and particularly when you sell cash secured puts, the cash that is held, it automatically sits into a money market, one of the Fidelity money market accounts. So you earn interest by making that money work for you by selling cash secured puts. It's really an amazing feature that it makes money. It's not sitting in a basic nothing cash account. It's sitting in a money market account while it's working for you selling cash secured puts. So here is Charles Schwab.
Here is the Charles Schwab native app. Well, I say native because they also have a robust trading platform called Thinkswim, which I'll show you later to make you see how it looks like. You can look at your positions, anything that has happened, and then from here on, you could, again, start looking at ticker symbols and investing right away. Looking at, here is QQQ, the NASDAQ 100. It's hovering at 597. There's the chain right here. And in some ways, it looks a little bit similar to Fidelity. Here are the dates. Okay, and here's the calls on the left, puts on the right. Expand the date, go to at the money part. Here's a portion of the money in the money. And there you go. This is the native Charles Schwab.
So as you can see, Charles Schwab, it actually in some ways looks really similar to Fidelity, has the same lines and the buy sell. The option chain is there. And then now here is Thinkswim that ties in. It's a really robust investment platform that's tied in succinct in unison with Charles Schwab.
Okay, here is the Thinkswim, the robust trading platform under Charles Schwab. Here's a regular account here. I'm going to search up QQQ. And from here on, I could buy, I could sell, I could buy. And again, right here is the option chain. From here on, you can expand it and then you could buy, sell options. I primarily act as a seller. And when you select a premium price, it takes you to the following page that you can tweak this positions that you're selling a little bit more. You hit review, and then you could have your first option that you're selling. So from that point on, this is the Thinkswim app under Charles Schwab.
So that's Charles Schwab and Thinkswim. One bonus is that Thinkswim, I know it looks a little bit intimidating, but it's really robust. It could do a lot of really cool multiple types of transactions in one button that Charles Schwab can't do on its native app. So Thinkswim has, it's more robust, but once you get to it, you can learn its tools. The one unfortunate bad thing about Charles Schwab is it can't do the Fidelity cash sweep account. Once, if you do cash secure puts, it sits in a regular cash account. And any cash that you make, it has to be swept into one of Charles Schwab's money market accounts. Okay, so Fidelity, it automatically sits in a money market account. Charles Schwab, you have to manually sweep any monies made premiums into a money market account. Lastly, here is Webull.
Okay, here is the Webull app. Webull is another more recent developed investment app here on it, and very in all honesty, I hardly use this, so I don't even know where the ability to trade options is. I have two little holdings: Nvidia, Tesla. One thing nice about Webull is that it allow you could buy fractional, tiny portions of a full share. So let me do that and settle close, goodbye, quotes. I'm not seeing the options button, but it's one of those things where if I just take 30 minutes on any type of YouTube or any type of video, it will tell me where to find the options chain and I can start from there.
Okay, so that was today's video showing you the different types of investment apps you're going to use when you start learning about stock options and sell stock options. You'll need one of the major firms. They offer apps. Some of them look different. Some of them look the same. Some of them have an added robust trading tool that pairs with it. Some can do fractional shares. They're all different. Use the one that you're comfortable with. That's my tip. That's my hopefully wise tip. Use the one that you're comfortable with. Watch a couple of really good tutorials how to go really deep into that particular app that you're using. And know that if I also could share you impart some wisdom, This app is meant to be your friend. People use their phones, the same phone that I'm talking to you on, to book a $10,000 Southeast Asia trip using like 4 or 5 apps. Airbnb, the Delta app, Booking.com, Turo. And the same people will not learn to use one investment app. And then the investment app, it's here to make you wealthy, to grow your wealth, to beat inflation, to have more trips so that you don't have to work more hours in the day or get more gig jobs. Ride along with inflation. Use inflation to your benefit. You're working so hard already, so why not let money make money for you by using these amazing apps, which if you think about it, it's all just the lines of code that has made little robots for us to use. So take that extra step, learn about which app, appreciate that it's all lines of code and coding to make things easier. Use it as an investment tool, not just always the consumption, DoorDash, Uber, uh, Airbnb, buying tickets, Ticketmaster. But now, hey, I'm going to use this app to make me money. It's here literally at my fingertips. So that is today's video using which app to use for investing. Any questions, hit below. I want to see what you think is best. And I'll see you on the next video. Make sure to check my shorts too, where I show real trades. And have a good day. Bye.